Oh, this court's going to call cause number F241724. This is in the 279th District Court of Jefferson County, Texas. It's in the interest of Trayvon Satbury. Miss Burton, can you unmute for me? There you go. Miss Latina Burton, raise your right hand. Miss Burton, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Miss Burton. You can put your hand down. Miss Alexander, does the state have any other witnesses they wish to call?
No other witnesses, Judge.
All right, let's check some service and see if this case is ready to proceed by default. Court's going to find that Mr. Satbury was personally served with citation in this case in the Harris County Correctional Facility on December the 30th of 2022. That citation was returning on file in Jefferson County. Looks like December the 29th of 2022. A review of my court file indicates, okay, well, that's the reason why. A review of my court file indicates that no answer has been filed by Mr. Satbury in this case. Let's see if he got notice of the hearing. The court's going to find that Mr. Satbury did receive notice of this hearing to the same address for which he served. So this case may go forward by default. Now, I did notice in my court file, Ms. Alexander, that DNA testing has been previously ordered in this case. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's been no DNA test completed. Why is that?
Your Honor, Mom did appear for DNA testing, and we attempted to get Mr. Sabari tested while incarcerated, and he refused the testing, and I'd like to enter that as the state's exhibit.
Ms. Burton, I've just placed on the screen a copy of the collection refusal form by DDC. Is it okay if I look at this form? I think we've lost Ms. Burton.
Yes, sir.
It's okay if I look at the form, Ms. Burton?
I'm sorry. Hello.
I think she had to step outside. She's at work.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. It was a fire thing at my job. I had to come outside.
You let me know when you're settled, Ms. Burton, okay?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. I'm here.
Are you good and stable again?
I believe so. We just had a fire scare, so a lot going on. And I work at a hospital, so it got kind of crazy. I'm sorry.
You don't ever apologize, Ms. Burton. Zoom is a privilege, but it's one that we have to make accommodations for, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Miss Burton, I've just placed on the screen a copy of Mr. Satbury's refusal to take a DNA. Is it okay if I look at this refusal?
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Exhibit A is admitted into evidence. All right. Go ahead, Miss Alexander.
The state would call Miss Burton. Miss Burton, what is your full name?
Latina Marie Burton.
And what is the name of the child before the court today?
Trayvon Satbury.
And what is Trayvon's date of birth?
December 4th, 2013.
Okay. And who is the father of Trayvon?
Trayvon Satbury.
Okay. And could there be any other man who could be the father of Trayvon?
No, ma'am.
Has Mr. Satbury ever denied that he was the father?
No, he has not.
And as I put on the screen, the judge put on the screen, Mr. Satbury actually refused to do the DNA testing. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Okay. Are you asking the court to find that Travis Satbury is the biological father of Trayvon Carter Satbury?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And where is Mr. Satbury currently?
Incarcerated.
Judge, the state would like to enter the state's exhibit, the Harris County Jail information.
Ms. Burton, I placed on the screen a copy of the County Criminal Records Inquiry for Mr. Satbury. Is it okay if I look at this document?
Yes, sir.
Exhibit B is admitted in evidence.
Okay. So, Ms. Burton, who does Trayvon primarily live with?
Me.
Okay. And who makes the day-to-day decisions for Trayvon?
I do as well.
Okay. And who makes the major decisions for Trayvon?
I do.
Okay. And has Dad helped in any of the decisions at all since he was born?
None at all. No.
Okay. What type of visits has Dad had with Trayvon since Trayvon was born?
I'm not ordering visitation.
Okay, thank you, Judge. What kind of health insurance is Trayvon on?
He's on Medicaid as of right now.
Okay. And I did explain to you with Mr. Sabari being in jail that child support is not likely to be set at this time, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Has Mr. Satbury been in jail pretty much on and off the last 4 years?
Definitely, yes.
Okay. Are you asking for any back child support at all for the times that he might not have been in jail?
No.
Okay. You know if Mr. I'm not sure. Do you know if Mr. Satbury has any other children other than Trayvon?
To my knowledge, he does, but I can't attest to any paternity, so I'll say no.
And is it your belief that Mr. Satbury is still currently incarcerated?
Yes, it is.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. You got any more witnesses?
No further witnesses, Judge.
All right. Ms. Burton, is there anything else you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
No, sir. That's pretty much everything.
Okay. Court's going to find the court's jurisdiction. The court's going to find that Mr. Satbury has refused DNA testing in this case. Therefore, I'm going to find that Mr. Satbury is the biological and now the legal father of Trayvon Satbury. I'm going to find that Mr. Satbury, that it's certainly not in Trayvon's best interest to name the parties as joint managing conservators. Ms. Burton will be a sole managed conservator of this child, and there will be no domicile restriction in this case, Ms. Alexander.
Mhm.
I will order Ms. Burton to continue to maintain the health insurance that she has on the child. There will be no visitation rights awarded at this time due to the fact that I'm going to find that Mr. Satbury is currently incarcerated and he's going to be there for at least the next 90 days. According to suspected to be, he not only has 2 major felony cases pending in Harris County, but he also has a blue warrant from a parole hold. So it's highly likely that he's going to be incarcerated for a substantial amount of time. Therefore, child support will be set at 0. Medical support will be set at 0 due to the incarceration of Mr. Satbury. And I'll find that there'll be no retroactive child support at this time. Mr. Satbury will be ordered to pay court costs, but I'll give him until April the 30th of 2024. Visitation will be reserved until Mr. Satbury is released from jail and a further court modification is filed. Does that take care of all the issues before me today, Ms. Alexander?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Burton, Ms. Alexander is going to send me a court order. If it matches what I said today, I'm going to sign it and get it back to them. Then they're going to make a copy of it and send it to you and to Mr. Satbury, okay?
Okay.
You have any questions, Ms. Burton?
No, sir. Thank you.
I thank you for being here today, Ms. Burton. You're free to go.
Okay.
Ms. Gunn's rights were terminated, agreed to termination, and the 2 children in this case were adopted by a different person. And so, Your Honor, she understands that the parties believe that as part of that final order, there should have been a release of arrears, but it was left out.